everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time. We're doing another, you know, sit on the floor chat because I'm kind of low-key loving this background. Anyways, today's video I thought would be very, very helpful if you are new to keto, if you have questions about keto. And this is a video that I had wished back when I had first started keto that I had come across. So definitely feel free to share this video with others. You know, share it over to Facebook, share it on Twitter, wherever, because like I said, I feel like this potentially could be very, very helpful and beneficial to you. So what I'm going to talk about today is a couple things that have really helped me with keto on my ketogenic journey. This is my second go around with keto. The first, I wouldn't call it a fail, but I would call it a test run. I like to call it a test run because I just wasn't educated, I wasn't knowledgeable enough, and I didn't truly understand what keto is. I have planned on doing a live maybe once a week for you guys, or just a dedicated video discussing a little bit more in depth about what keto is. But just to lay some ground rules down, and this is one thing that I did not quite understand when it came to the ketogenic lifestyle, journey, diet, whatever you want to call it. Macros are important, guys. In my head, I always thought that keto was just like the new name for glorified Atkins diet. You know, when you think of Atkins, you think eggs, meat, cheese. Yeah, that's not what keto is. The ketogenic diet is high fat, moderate protein, low carb. Now, the first thing I want to do is tell you guys two apps that really helped me. The first app that I'm going to tell you about is one that I would recommend you downloading now. It is 100% free, and it is called Carb Manager. You go ahead, you download it. It is 100% free. Now, they do have a version of it that does cost money. You don't need it, friends. You absolutely do not need it. You can do keto very, very budget friendly. Okay, so that's just the other thing I want to tell you guys. You can do keto and lead a very ketogenic, healthy lifestyle, and you can do it on a budget. So the second app I want to tell you guys about is called Zero. Now, this is one that I think I'm going to talk about later and maybe even another video, because a lot of people will talk about intermittent fasting. I personally talk a lot about intermittent fasting. I do not believe at all that you should even consider or worry about intermittent fasting until you are probably 3 weeks into keto. That's my personal opinion, by the way. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. But I do believe that when starting out with keto, you need to focus more on your macros. You need to focus more on making sure you have that high fat, you have that moderate protein, and you have that low carb. You want to juggle everything. And I will 100% tell you guys, the last thing I needed to add to this whole overwhelming trying to figure out keto lifestyle was, oh my gosh, has it been 16 hours minimum before I go into like an 8-hour window? Like, just don't. The less amount of chaos you can add to this, the better. So definitely consider, and I only work with Apple products, so I don't know, but I'm like 99% sure that the Carb Manager app does offer Android. Great, now my battery just went low. Anywho, definitely download that. It's a little wonky, not wonky, it's a little tricky to kind of figure out what works for you as far as the, like, tuning it to your body. What I will tell you is don't go in there and say that you want to lose 2 pounds a week, because it'll drop your calorie count to like 600 to 700. Ignore that. Put in there that you want to lose maybe a half a pound to a pound a week, and at least minimum let it have given you like 1,200 calories, if that made sense. Oh, I'm trying to ignore that battery about to die. Anyways, as far as that goes, definitely focus on that. Focus on learning how much fat and how much protein and how much carbs are in everything. Now, what I want to show you with this Carb Manager app, the nice thing about it is it does have an option for you to scan the barcode of your products, and it will input the nutritional values for you. Again, Carb Manager is going to prompt you to go premium. You don't have to stick to the free version. Now, mine personally on here has 15 carbs. I do allow myself to go up to 20 carbs. So the way that this is what mine looks like. You'll see my calorie, my protein, my fat, and everything. I am telling you, the Carb Manager app was my best friend for probably the first 2-3 months of keto. I lived by this thing. It's not very hard. You can plug in your breakfast, lunch, dinner, any type of snacks, anything you want, right down to exercise. It keeps track of everything for you. So my biggest tip to you when starting keto is to download that Carb Manager app. Like I said, it's free. I'm not sponsored or affiliated. Moving on, I definitely suggest finding your favorite keto channels out there. I really want to suggest finding reputable channels to watch when it comes to really learning the history behind keto, learning the benefits to keto. Although I do plan to do videos on the benefits of keto, for me, I'm not a doctor, so I can't get as in detailed and as technical as, say, Dr. Berg, Dr. Boz, and Dr. Kendi Berry, as well as Thomas DeLauer. Those are 4 channels that I'm gonna have linked down below in my description box for you guys that I highly recommend, and where I learned so much information to where when I started keto again for the second time, January 3rd of 2019, it made me extremely successful from educating myself on those channels. So again, Dr. Berg, Dr. Boz, Dr. Kendi Berry, and Thomas DeLauer. If you want to know the ins and outs of keto, I highly recommend it. And then I want to talk about, this is something that when I met a couple ladies this past week, one of the things that we had talked about is just loving good, hearty food. Missing our sweets and all of that stuff. So I definitely recommend Rebel ice cream. You can find it typically at your health food stores, as well as you can find it at Rebel Creamery, I think it is, .com. Again, not sponsored or affiliated. Another thing that has helped me, and I talk about this all the time on my channel, is the Southern Keto Cookbook. I picked mine up off of Amazon. My mom actually introduced me to this cookbook, and I highly recommend it. It's like $24 and change, I believe, and it comes, I think it was Prime, so I got it really quick. It is an amazing cookbook. It has everything from breakfast to snacks to dips to dinners to side dishes, you name it, it is in this book, and it is yummy, hearty food that you almost question yourself if it is keto, healthy, friendly, and all of that. It's amazing. The last thing I want to talk about with keto is knowing your blood sugar. Now, this was one that I became very frustrated because I started flushing my body out, drinking a gallon of water a day. And with that, I kept relying on the ketone urine strips, which if you were drinking that much water and flushing and diluting your urine that much, I couldn't for the life of me to get anything to show up on like that I was in ketosis, which was very disheartening because I was busting my booty, eating correctly, doing everything by the book. So, and I could feel that something was different, but it's one of those things where you want to see it as well. That's where I definitely recommend Keto Mojo when it comes to this. I will also link in my description box down below a video from Keto Connect where they actually put Keto Mojo up against another ketone glucose monitor, and they both came in like pretty much a tie. So to each their own. I personally like the Keto Mojo one. My son and I both use this. It checks both your ketone. Sorry about that. My battery finally died. Okay, so like I said, with the Keto Mojo, you'll get like this whole little kit minus the alcohol prep pads, but this is what it looks like. Now I actually do have a coupon code for 15% off down below, guys, and it is an affiliate code, so I will make a little bit of a commission. But on this little monitor, it tells you not only what your glucose is, but your ketone levels. I will tell you guys, I had been doing strict amazing keto for 3 weeks and the urine strips weren't doing anything. So I say, if you're gonna use them, be mindful that if you are drinking as much water that you're supposed to be, if you're thirsty and everything, you're probably gonna have the same issue as me, and it's not gonna show up on those urine strips. That's my personal opinion. That's my personal experience. So when I finally did get this in the mail and I took my ketone level, I was so excited because I was at like 3 point something. I was like, heck freaking yeah. Which, again, I can get into a whole other video talking about when you are in the beginning stages of ketosis and everything, you kind of do tend to run higher, and then you'll eventually kind of level out and everything. But definitely recommend this. Like I said, you can get this whole kit with the ketone strips and everything, the finger poker doohickey, all of that for $50 some. You'll get 15% off with my linking code down below. So those are my quick tips for keto. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Like I said, I want to try and do weekly lives answering any questions that I possibly can when it comes to keto, what has worked for me, having hypothyroidism, being insulin resistant, pre-diabetic. I mean, your girl comes with a slew of issues, but keto has definitely been working for me as well as my teenage son, and it actually works for my husband too. When he abides by it, he doesn't snore. Just saying. Am I a little salty about things? Maybe. He went off keto for 3 days. Boy was snoring like something else. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off. If you guys found this video useful or helpful, give me a thumbs up. I don't know what I was doing. It was like I was doing a dance. Anyhow, I'm gonna hop off. I have to go get my kids from school. Feel free to share this video on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever it may be, for others to learn the ketogenic lifestyle. Feel free to share this video in any type of keto related group and bring others our way to our channel so we can help everybody learn a little bit more about keto and the ketogenic lifestyle. Anyways, friends, until next time, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Check my description box down below for all information that I talked about in this video. And until next time, as always, I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. Kisses from Kentucky. Bye.